Hey guys, today we're talking about a fragrance from the house Essential Obsession. It is a clone or inspiration of a very expensive niche fragrance. One of the best niche fragrances on the planet or around the world. It's in Aventus. This is the Cologne version. So this came out several years after the original Aventus, the King, the OG. Now they made an inspiration of it called King Cologne. So in this video here, I'm going to tell you about my performance, how I feel about the fragrance. You should buy it or sample it at the end of the day. I want to let people know that this was sent to me by the brand Essential Obsession. Kevin's a great owner, amazing guy. I talked to him several times. He's been following my channel for a long time before I even got really big, I guess, at 10,000 subscribers. So thank you so much. And I did request this sample for me to review as well. Essential Obsession, so it's a brand that works with clones, inspiration, and alternative fragrances at affordable prices. So if you're looking for $100 of niche fragrances but you can't afford them, they do make alternatives or clones of them that smell pretty close to it at the end of the day, where you're not going to stretch your bills, you're not going to break the bank. Plus they do have great designer fragrances or alternative to the real designers like Dior, Chanel, Louis Vuitton, Hermes, so on and so forth. So I'll leave links down below where you can actually purchase your sample set, which they have something like this, which is awesome. You get 6 samples for $30 of your choice. You can get all fresh fragrances, all sweet. You can get a random set, or you can get a bunch of Aventus alternatives as well, which I'm talking about today. It's going to run you about $29, $30, and they do have full bottle presentations as well. This is a 30 ml bottle, and they do have 50 ml bottles, and they range from $7 to buying samples up to $60 for full bottle presentation. I'll leave all the links down below. Let's talk about the fragrance. This is Aventus Cologne, and it's going up against King Cologne. So let's spray King Cologne. So I have Aventus. You guys know how much I love Aventus Cologne, right? So this is their inspiration of it. And I'll spray the real one as well, which I have here. So we can do a side-by-side comparison. All right. This is the real one. Very refreshing, bright in your face. Definitely getting that mandarin. Some pink pepper. Some birch. This is the clone of it, King Cologne. Okay, so in the opening it's a little bit off. You're kind of getting like this little bit of freshness, and you're getting a little bit of a alcoholic feel in the opening, so it's a little bit, you know, off by a little bit in the opening with the freshness. It's not as bright freshness, it's kind of like a tart kind of dryness in the opening. But after that first 15 to 20 minutes on the skin, it goes very, very smooth into the original Aventus Cologne. So if you like this fragrance here, you can't afford it. It's over $300 for a bottle, and this is a 50 ml exactly. But you're picking up, you're getting more of the freshness coming from the mandarin. You're definitely picking up a slightly bit of pineapple with King Cologne as well. And you're picking up some vetiver as well. Now, for somebody that has the real thing, this is something that's amazing. Let's just talk about their quality of performance is out of this world. Somebody on a budget that can't afford $300 or can't vouch for putting out $300 for one fragrance, this will work for you guys. This is something very simple. Now, is it going to be off by a couple of notches? Yes, the opening is nowhere near better than the real thing. But when you get past that 20-minute mark, or between 15 to 20 minutes, you're going to get the DNA of Aventus Cologne. And I did a side-by-side comparison. I wore one on this wrist, one on this wrist, wore it out in public. And that first 20 minutes or so is kind of not really smelling the greatest. After that, the next several hours, I can smell both of them side by side, and they're pretty darn close. I want to say they're about 90% close to the real thing. And my numbers might be off by 2 or 3 numbers. That's just my personal opinion because I own the real bottle. So for me, these comparison videos will help you out because I own the real thing. So I can literally tell you side by side which one is better, which one is worse, so on and so forth. Talk about the dry down. So when you get to the dry down, you're picking up, basically you're getting some birch. You're getting a lot of muskiness in the dry down with King Cologne, and it's pretty close to the fragrance. Now let's touch on the performance. So please keep in mind that when I do my performance, I wear the fragrance for about 3 days straight. Whether I wear it going to run errands, I'm wearing it to work, date night with Kelly, so on and so forth. I'm wearing it in different scenarios. So it might perform better for you and it might perform worse for me. So definitely it's a skin chemistry thing at the end of the day. So spray it on your skin and see how it works. So I do about 6 sprays, right? So I did 6 sprays every time I wore this fragrance for 3 days. Projection is good for the first hour. That's pretty much it. After that first hour, it comes very close to the skin, but it has a nice about a half an arm's length where people can catch whiffs of the fragrance, so they can smell it. And that first hour, you're gonna get noticed the most. So people are gonna be like, with that first hour, they're gonna say, oh, I smell good. This is when we could potentially get compliments as well. If you're looking for that in fragrances, to each its own. I don't want to touch too much on it because I think it's really a waste of time. If you don't like the fragrance, don't just buy it for compliments. But maybe I'll make a video about that in the future. Longevity, for me, I'm getting about 4 to 5 hours. So this is one where maybe if you overspray, you might get 6 hours, but I'm getting about 4 to 5. By the 5 hour mark, it's pretty close to the skin. But you know, you can always reapply this or bring with you to work and just respray it or reapply it or refresh yourself after 4 or 5 hours. Season occasion. So for me personally, all year round signature scent, it's a fresh fragrance, so you can wear it to the office in the fall and winter time. Most people work indoors, so it's not a big deal. If you're working outdoors, I wouldn't recommend wearing this in the colder months. But if you're working outdoors in the spring and summer, this will be a spring and summer banger. Occasion wise, you can wear it anywhere. You can wear it date night like I wore with Kelly, casual, wear it to work, board meetings, going on holiday, vacation. It works in every scenario. It's a Swiss Army knife, grab it and spray it. I would advise everybody to do about 6 to 7 sprays so it can perform on your skin. At the end of the day, you can do as many sprays as you want. I don't think it's going to choke anybody out. So definitely be careful with your sprays. Don't want to go crazy, but you can up your sprays to make it last a little bit longer on your skin, or spray your clothes as well. Ratings and final thoughts. For me personally, I'm going to give this a 7.5 out of 10. It covers the basics. I won't give it a 10 because it's not a new fragrance. It's not breaking any boundaries here. We're not reinventing the wheel here. It's just Creed Aventus Cologne inspired or inspiration or clone of a very great, amazing fragrance house called Sensual Obsession. That's pretty much it. If you like Creed Aventus, Creed Aventus Cologne or Creed Aventus, doesn't matter, and you're on a budget and you don't want your family to go broke for you buying fragrances, or you don't want to go in debt buying expensive fragrances, this will work out perfectly for you. Now, is it going to be off a little bit? Sure. That's what clones are. They're never going to be 100%. They're copying a fragrance that's already been on the market that's 100% successful. You're literally dabbing into a brand to save a little coin, and your fragrance going to be off by a little bit, maybe 5%, 10%, 20%, but you're going to smell close to it. And at the end of the day, nobody really cares if you're wearing the clone or the real thing. As long as you smell amazing, that's really all that matters. Unless you're a frag head like me, then maybe I will judge you differently, but to each its own. You're going to smell amazing to normal American or typical people out in the workforce, or when you're going around places around the world. If you tried King Cologne by Sensual Obsession, how do you feel about it? Do you like it, love it, or hate it? What are your favorite Sensual Obsession fragrances? Drop your list down below. Thank you, Sensual Obsession and Kevin, for sending me this product to review. I do appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the content and made it this far, please show your support by clicking that red subscribe button down below. Thank you guys for watching. Be safe. I'll see you guys in the video very soon. Peace.